Hello, welcome. This is a comeback yoga class, and we're practicing together for about 20 minutes. And this is for the backside of your body. Um, Today, I thought we'd do some stuff if your back hurts right when you wake up, things you can do from lying down before you get up. Um, so let's lie down. Welcome if you're new to comeback yoga. And if you're returning participant, glad you're here. I'm just taking one ankle on top of my opposite knee and just letting my leg kind of be resting there for a little bit. And I have my hands on my lower ribs and maybe pinky fingers spread out towards my hip bones. And you can just do that a couple times, switching legs every once in a while. If this already is exacerbating to your back, any part of your body, then you can do much simpler variation. Just try picking one foot up off the floor. And if you're doing this in your bed, it'll be a little different depending on how soft your bed is and if it moves around a lot. Um, Water beds are out of style. But I mean, you might have all kinds of different places where you sleep. So if you're if you've got a space to just kind of roll over onto a more stable surface, then that might be better. But if it's relatively stable, you can do this. So we're just moving our legs a little bit. If you were easing into that crossing ankle over your opposite knee, you can move back there. You stabilize with one foot, then pick up your other leg. Reach down with the same side arm and hold the back of your thigh, back of your knee, wherever it makes sense for you. And you can bend and straighten your leg. When you bend, your leg comes forward. When you bend, your knee comes toward you, and when you straighten, your leg comes forward. You're stabilizing with your other leg, your foot, or just even your thigh. And switch sides. You can hold on. You don't have to hold on if you're feeling a little more energetic. The hold is to give you more support for your back. We're thinking about our backs. Go easy. Both feet back down. And you can put your hands on the tops of your thighs and encourage your knees to rock a little bit side to side. Take your right leg long, scoot your hips a little bit over towards the left. Then rock up onto your left toes and turn a little bit. Then roll back. Do the whole thing on the other side. Your right foot's on the floor, your left leg goes long. Scoot your hips over a little bit to the right, Come up onto your right toes, push off, and roll over a little bit. You're not getting into a rotation just yet. You're just experimenting with some movement. And both feet on the floor. Engage the space between your low ribs and your hip bones. You're just saying hello to it. You're turning on your core. There's lots of different ways you can say this. Tuck your tailbone, press your low back down into the floor. If one of those made sense to you, then that's the one that you use. Um, Sometimes people say pull your belly button to your spine. Um, there are lots of different ways you can engage and turn on and feel strength in your core. And press down into your feet and lighten your hips a little bit. They don't have to come up off the floor. You maybe even can't like fit your hand in between your hips and the floor, but you're using the strength of your core and the solidity of your legs. Stretch out, lengthen your spine, and then soften back down again. Hands on the tops of your legs, rock your knees side to side. Now plant one foot, bring your other knee into your chest, and try straightening your leg a little bit higher up towards the ceiling. This is a straight-ish, because we don't really need to go full on straight. It's not the point. Just doing movement. We're bending into your chest and then straightening. You can put your whole leg down. That puts a lot less work into your core, but it also stretches the front of your thigh and your hip more. It's a win-win either way. And when you lift your leg up towards the ceiling, you're pressing out a little bit through your heel. You can bring your toes a little more towards your shin, and then you're getting a stretch on the back of your lower leg on your calf. And both feet down. Hands on the tops of your legs. Rock side to side. We'll do the other leg. One leg plants down, thigh in toward your chest. Stretch your leg up towards the ceiling, and then out towards the bottom of your mat, towards the floor. Your leg doesn't have to be at the same angle as mine. In fact, it's better if it's not, if it's at your particular angle. So your leg might be angled forward up, or you might be uh, bringing your foot all the way down to the floor overhead. Doesn't matter as long as you are finding your own personal angle of stretch. The place where you are is immaterial. The sensation that you're receiving, that's the object of this exercise. And place both feet on the floor, hands on the tops of your legs, and rock a little bit. We're moving into the half boat pose. Take your hands and hold your head in your hands. You can weave your fingers together if you want. It's not necessary. You can do that if it's helpful. Come up onto your toes and press your heels down. Press your low back down and roll up your rib cage away from the floor. You might need to wiggle around a little bit. You're engaging again your core strength. And if you want to challenge yourself a little bit, come up onto your toes. Then press your heels down and bring one foot off the floor, and you can straighten your leg out in any angle. Excuse me. Keep curling up. your foot back and lower your upper body down. Now we'll cross arms, cross your chest and rock a little bit from side to side. If you want to rock your whole body, you can rock on your bottoms of your feet and roll on your back. Okay. Hands behind your head again. You can weave in your fingers. You can just hold one hand and the other. Either way is just fine. Press down into your low back and curl your rib cage away from the floor. You can lengthen out your back. You can hold on to your head and lighten one foot. You can bring your knee in toward your chest. You can straighten your leg long. This is half boat with a lot of extra support. If you know another half boat variation that you want to do, you're always welcome to do any variation that you like. Are you breathing? You got to breathe. We have a really natural tendency in our bodies. There's something, you're doing great. You're doing a wonderful job. And if you find yourself holding your breath, just notice your body's natural tendencies. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. Um, in this practice, um, we do keep our breath steady and flowing. So if you notice that natural tendency of your body to kind of hold your breath when you're doing some work, and just remind yourself that we're breathing steadily and coming back down. You put your head down and put your feet back down to the floor. Let's try both knees in towards your chest at the same time. But the caveat, if that is not going to work for you today, then you can always do one leg at a time. But if both knees works for you, you can hold on. And this is where both knees into your chest is really getting into your low back. Go easy peasy. You can hold on to your backs of your legs and draw little circles. We'll put one foot on the floor and take your other leg out to the side. See how I'm holding the outside of this leg? That's to give myself extra support. And same, the other side, hold on the outside of your leg. It doesn't have to be straight or bent. It's just however it is, however it feels most comfortable. You hold, bring out to the side a little bit and back in. Plant your foot down. Lift it up, bring out to the side, back in, plant your foot down. We're ready, I think, for um, the down ankle pose, half down ankle pose. Now you're rolling out to the outer edge of your foot. One knee comes out to the side. Then bring your knee back into center. Then you're doing the other side. I'm just angling a little bit on my mat. Knee out to the side. While we're lying on our backs here, we won't do both knees out to the sides at once. But that is a lot of strain and pressure on your low back. So if unless it's something that you do all the time and you enjoy and you know that you like it, then you can try it. For right now, let's just do one knee at a time. Are we ready to sit up? Maybe. Let's wiggle around a little. Scoot your hips over to one side. Take your top arm, excuse me, and roll over when we're using arms and legs to bring ourselves up. And you might, again, if your back is feeling tricky today, you might take your time, wiggle around, use all of your tools to bring yourself up carefully. And once you're all the way up with a tall spine, we're going right into hands and knees. In table position, we're moving in cat and cow. Move through cat and cow a few times and focus on any part of your back that is seems like it's kind of quiet. If you have a part of your back that is really talking to you a lot, that's you're getting a lot of sensation with, try and focus on the part of your back that is not. So for some of us, that might mean our upper backs, or maybe just a gentle, like a neck movement. You're giving your whole spine an opportunity to move around, and then your part of your spine that is giving you a lot of extra sensation, you're letting that part of your back just be soft and still ish. Nice work. And now we'll come to a sitting position, sitting on your sit bones. See how your back feels. I'm cross-legged. You can sit any way you want to. You gotta readjust yourself and roll through your shoulders. Let's move through some directions that your spine can move in. We'll do a rotation. Roll through your shoulders. And the opposite rotation. Roll through your shoulders. And round your back. We did that already in the cat pose. And hands behind you or at your sides, and lift your rib cage. It's the cow pose. And a side lateral flexion, side stretch. You can take your arm overhead, or you can have your arm down, doesn't matter. Sometimes that kind of drama of arm overhead or the reach can give you a more pleasant sensation. And I do a couple of these side stretches. Direction of a spine that we don't always think about is lengthening your spine. You can stretch out and lengthen the natural curves of your spine, and then settle into the natural curves of your spine. We'll do that again. Lengthen up, stretch. Big soft inhale. And exhale and soften. Turn your attention to your breathing. Feel your breath working in your body. If there's any part of your back that is still giving you a lot of sensation that you need a little bit extra support for, you can use your core strength to support that part of your back. And focus on your inhales and your exhales. See if you can let your exhale be a little bit longer than your inhale. Soft inhale breath. And you exhale and let your exhale stretch out a little bit. It doesn't have to be much. A little is fine. Keep working with that aspect of your breath, the opportunity in letting your exhale stretch out. Soft inhale and stretched out exhale. Can be your last stretched out exhale in this sequence. Roll through your shoulders. You can reach back underneath your glutes and pull the flesh of your glutes back a little bit. So you can sit a little higher on your sit bones. That helps the bowl of your pelvis tilt forward a little bit. Supports the natural curve of your low back. You can take one hand back that reaches and feel the curve of your low back. And then place one hand on your chest and feel the curve forward and back. Just notice the curves of your spine. And from your low back, you could take a hand to your neck, same kind of curve. And crossing your arms, you can feel the curve of your middle back, your upper back, curving back towards the back of the wall. And you can bring your arms down by your sides. Notice the effects of practice. If anything worked or didn't work, that's all information for you for the next time you're wanting some work with your back. Soft inhale breath through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Thank you so much. Thanks for practicing today with me with Comeback Yoga. Comeback Yoga has a wonderful website. You can go to it, comebackyoga.org, find out more about us, contact our amazing staff, find more classes that are good for you, and please join the community and be as big a part of the community as you want. Look forward to seeing you again soon, and have a great rest of your day.